In this scenario, a person has fallen and been found lying on the floor. The carer has established that no injury has been sustained, but the person is unable to get up without help. The elk is easy to unpack and set up. Before using the elk, it is important to plan the entire move. For example, consider how the person will transfer off the elk and whether a chair, frame, or wheelchair will be required. The 4 coloured and numbered air lines are matched and simply connected to each section of the elk. From the recovery position, the elk is folded under itself and positioned parallel with the person's belt line, ensuring that the air lines are on the left-hand side pointing towards the rear of the elk. The person is then rolled onto their back and the elk is unfolded so that it's lying flat underneath them. The person is encouraged to sit up or can be assisted by the carer if required. Ideally, the person needs to be sitting centrally on the elk as close to the back as possible. The person is then asked to fold their arms and, whilst maintaining good posture, the carer continues to provide support. Once the person is in the seated position, it's essential the carer supports them from behind and remains there for the duration of the lift. The handset is operated by pressing and holding the numbered buttons in sequence, starting with number 1. The first section of the elk will now start to inflate. Continue to hold button 1. The airflow will stop automatically once the section is fully inflated. It's important for a safe lift that each required section is full before moving on to the next. Press and hold button 2 to inflate the second section. At the earliest opportunity, the person should be encouraged to bend their knees and bring their feet towards the cushion. Once section 2 is fully inflated, the carer will need to alter their position to maintain adequate control. Press and hold button 3 to inflate the third section. 3 inflated sections will usually be sufficient to enable transfer, but a taller person may need all 4. It's essential that the person's feet remain on the floor at all times, and transfer should not be attempted from a partially inflated section. Once the required number of sections have been inflated, the carer can then help the person stand up or transfer.